This Malaysian curry chicken is super rich and fragrant and flavorful. Imagine all this curry goodness soaking into rice for the perfect bite. Oh, so good. Hey everyone, I'm Flo, Dude is behind the camera, and we're all about simple food, simple faith. We're making Malaysian curry chicken today, and one of the things about Malaysian food for me is that so many of the dishes seem just overly spicy for me. And my son said to Dude this morning about how Malaysian food was not really one of his favorites, to his horror, but he confessed that it's because a lot of it is spicy and he can't handle a lot of the heat. So one of the ways that we try to mitigate the spiciness is to make it at home. And let me show you how we're going to do that today. I have 4 thighs and 4 drumsticks here, and we're just going to marinate it in this paste. Now, I have another curry recipe for Malaysian chicken curry on the channel, and I use just the paste. And this paste is still great. My mother-in-law introduced this paste to us. She used to bring it back from Malaysia, and we really do enjoy it, but it is really spicy. So you're still gonna get a really good Malaysian curry chicken if you just use the paste, follow the instructions on the back, and but there's usually a pool of red chili oil that floats to the top. And if you skim most of that, you'll take away a lot of the spiciness. But what we're going to do today is use only half a pack of this so that it is somewhat spicy, but not completely. And then we're going to add some more ingredients to increase the flavor profile without the spiciness. Okay, so half the paste. I'm just eyeballing. Wow, do you see all that oil up top?
Sure do.
Dude, I'm gonna try to mix that up a little bit. So instead of like pouring out all that oil, I'm just gonna try to spoon some of the paste in here.
You know, even from here, that aroma, oh, so rich.
So good.
So good.
I mean, this paste is really delicious. You know, they make so many pastes that are so good these days that there's no need to make it from scratch, but it's a lot of work to make it from scratch.
Yeah, you know, guys, when straight up Malaysians don't bother with making it from scratch, you just go straight to paste, yeah, you're onto something.
That's right. Just gonna mix this into the chicken and let it marinate while I prepare the rest of the ingredients. And you can just package up the paste, the remaining paste, and use it for next time. I'm just gonna set it aside and let it do its thing while I prepare the remaining ingredients. It doesn't have to be long. Okay, I have 2 shallots that I'm just gonna chop up. You can use a food processor if you like to chop up the ingredients. But I'm gonna use my mortar and pestle today to kind of grind it all into a paste. I just have a little mortar and pestle, so hopefully everything will fit in here. Okay, and 4 cloves of garlic that I'm gonna mince. Okay, adding in the garlic. And we'll need a thumb-sized piece of ginger. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, you guys. I don't know what's going on with these thumbs up pieces of ginger I've been getting. Anyways, I've peeled this one. If you're not gonna peel your ginger, just make sure that you wash it really well. And this thumb size is probably about ½ an ounce. We want about a tablespoon of grated ginger. Okay, and we're just gonna pound this into a paste. And if you don't want to do this part, you don't have to. You can just add this to your marinade and continue on with the recipe. But I don't want the little pieces of shallot and garlic and ginger. I want it to actually be a paste. Totally up to you. I wonder what your mom would think of this, going old school. She'd probably be like, why don't you just stick it in a food processor? And so this is maybe about 10 minutes of pounding and grinding, and it doesn't look like much, but I think a lot of it is pulverized enough. Anyways, that's as far as I can go, because you all know I can't be bothered with a whole lot, but we're gonna get the gist of it right here. have 2 stalks of lemongrass. And with lemongrass, we're only using like the bottom, maybe third of the lemongrass stalk. And I've already taken off the harder layers on the outside. I'm just going to give this a trim. So I know in a lot of curry pastes, the lemongrass is also pounded and into a paste, which I am not doing. But I am going to bruise them so that I can remove them easily. I also find that lemongrass often can get stuck in your teeth, and so I prefer to just bruise them for the flavor. I have about a pound of potatoes here. I'm just going to cut these in half. If you have bigger potatoes, just cut them into bite-sized pieces. I'm also using a cinnamon stick and 2 star anise. I'm just putting them into a disposable tea bag. I also have these 2 pieces of lemongrass that flew out when I was banging it, so I'm just going to throw that in there as well. And just fold it over so that I don't have to pick these out, but it still infuses into the curry. And I can just take the pack out when I'm done. I'm using my 4.5 quart Dutch oven. Put it on a medium heat and heat that up. So last week I had used this size to make my hot and sour soup, and it didn't fit, so I had to pull out a larger pot to transfer it into so that I can finish the recipe. But I'm pretty sure the chicken is going to fit in here. Okay, 2 tablespoons of oil. Just using vegetable oil. 2. And we're just going to make sure it heats up well. And we're going to brown our chicken. Okay, putting my chicken in. Skin side down, if I can. Okay, make sure to scrape up all the marinade also, the paste. Add that. Make sure to add the paste that you made as well. After one side is brown, it takes about 2 to 3 minutes. Flip them over. Try to brown the pieces that haven't been browned yet. And I like to use the bone-in, skin-on chicken because it will give the curry so much more flavor. But if you want to use a boneless, skinless, you can absolutely do that. It just won't be as super flavorful. Okay, adding 1/2 cup of chicken stock, and I might need more, actually. You want to be able to cover everything. See if you can scrape some of the stuff off the bottom. Also adding a can of coconut milk. Don't leave any of that coconut cream behind. We still have to add our lemongrass. Okay, adding potatoes. Just moving things around to see if I can get it all submerged. Okay, adding another 1/2 cup of chicken broth. So that's a full cup of chicken broth. Oh, that's better. And that will do. Okay, until that is like just covered. We're gonna put our spices in. Don't forget those. And I am also going to throw in 5 lime leaves. If you can find them, they are so super fragrant and it will add something extra to your curry. I learned this from a Malaysian pastor friend who one day invited us over for dinner, and oh my goodness, the lime leaves, just, oh, I can smell it from just putting it in, and it's just, oh, so fragrant.
They made it next level.
it totally did. So I'm totally excited about adding them here. And I was so happy to see them in the store. So it came in a bag like this, like that's a lot of lime leaves, and I got it for like less than $4, like $3.60. And I found that you can freeze these, so just clean them, stick them in a airtight container or sealed bag. You might want to double bag them because apparently they let off so much fragrance that it could contaminate the rest of your freezer with their smell. So make sure that you clean them well, seal them well before you freeze them. Okay, I'm not comfortable with the fact that it's not covering all the potatoes and the chicken. So I'm gonna add some more water. Yeah, it's another cup. So that's 2 cups. And you know what we can do in the end is always reduce it by letting it simmer away some of the liquid. So now we're gonna bring this to a simmer, cover it, and we're going to let it cook on low for an hour. All right, it's been an hour simmering on the stove. It smells so amazing. Oh my Lanta, check it out. I'm gonna fish out some of the items. Okay, I'm just fishing out the tea bag actually. It's good, right? You don't have to fish out all the little pieces of star anise that breaks up when you're cooking it. I hate biting into them. All right. Okay, I'm also gonna remove these lime leaves. All right, all the lime leaves have been removed. I can also take out the lemongrass. I'll just move them to the side. My little bowl is not big enough. All right, so this recipe, it really is just a kind of a hybrid of, you're not just using the pack of paste, which you can do for sure and still get a really good curry, or you can enhance it a little bit and change it up a little bit so that you're kind of making some from scratch, but you're not doing the whole entire recipe from scratch. All right, we're gonna scoop some out for Dude. Well, before, which I want to mention, see all this like oil here that's floated to the top? So you can skim all of this if you want to make it less spicy. They say that a good curry is when the curry is kind of thick underneath and the oil floats on top. So look at all of that. Should I just leave it? I wasn't prepared to actually skim it. Huh. And I'll give him a couple potatoes. This is great over rice, but you can also eat it with like chapati or roti or any kind of flatbread. All right, are you all ready for?
Oh, yes. The taste, so good, Must have curry chicken. Curry, Malaysian curry, is one of those things I grew up with and I guess took for granted. And when you get older and then you appreciate those nostalgic dishes, and this is definitely one of them. So thanks, Mom, for all the times you made it. You shouldn't be eating this on its own. You can, of course, but you need that rice. You need whatever starches to go with it to sop up all that lovely curry sauce. I'm not usually a fan of chicken skin usually, but the browning, oh, so good. All right. This Malaysian boy is in heaven. So good. That chicken is flavorful. It's tender. It doesn't have that more intense spice. It has all the flavor and just enough spice for us anyways. So you can gauge it and make it your own and your level of comfort of spice. But for us and my son, I think it'll do well. Equal opportunity curry taster here with the potatoes. Melt in your mouth. And the lime leaves, the fragrance is more layered, is more complex. Malaysians, Southeast Asians, you know how to do flavors right. Meow, so good.
I love all sorts of curry, and this one is no different. It is comforting, and especially on these cold, rainy days that we endure a lot of in fall and winter, this is just perfect. For more homestyle Malaysian recipes, check it out. I will see you over there.